Hi guys, so for this year's Nick's New Year's painting challenge, link in the description, I decided to turn my attention to my Gorkamorka scenery. So last week you saw me do the windmill, or wind turbine, and also the barricades for the Orc Fort. This week I've turned my attention to the tank traps and the crane that sits on top. Right then, here we go. I'll start off with the crane. This here is one of my nicest, or rather one of my, what I feel is one of my nicest pieces of scenery, especially for the fort itself. This sits on top of the big tower, or rather this platform does. Little hole there to get your orcs up on a ladder. I haven't actually made the ladder for it yet. Made up of lots of different textures. Again, I used my new favourite toy, the thing that's motivated me to get an awful lot of painting done. This thing is amazing. It's cheap, but it's really changed my hobby perspective in terms of getting things done. So I painted this bad boy up. It probably needs some different shades doing somewhere. Maybe some extra colours, a bit of the blue on there. Of course, this comes off. And of course, fits back on. It's a friction fit, so it's not the best thing in the world, but it does the trick. And that magnetizes onto the top there, so it can be turned like that. I've got a nice little mechanism here for turning the base, and then also an awesome crank here. Idea being that it will sit off to the side like that and pick up things from outside the fort, put them inside, etc, etc. So that's this. Love this thing. Anyway, really happy to finally get this thing into a state where I would consider it table ready, as it were, for the fort. Really happy with that. Now, these things. These I threw together. I don't know what I was thinking. I threw these together in like 5 minutes. There's a piece of sprue running through the centre, and then we've got these pieces of plasticard. Anyway, it was all sort of left in that state for a long time, but I've put the, and you can see that there, the bolts on the inside of all of these. I've roughed up the edges. Of course, this still needs to be dry brushed with silver to make it look nice, like this has here. It brings out the details and really makes it pop. These dry brushed, so I started off with black, and then I've gone in with the brown, and then the orange, and then I've hit it all with a black wash, and then this here is a yellow. Now this is the base I'm using, ready to put my sand colour on. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do for the sand. I've got some weathering powders, but I think they're a little bit too bright. And to be honest, I'm on that much of a airbrush kick, and you can see the nice little gradients I've got going on here. I'm actually thinking that I'll just put a sand-coloured paint down, to be honest. How nicely these have come out. The crackle paste is looking awesome. It's far too thick. To be honest, I used it as a way of hiding the gaps at the bottom of the tank traps, but it's crackled ridiculously. It's far too crackled, but I mean, in terms of adding detail to the pieces, I quite like it. So that's how these look. Again, all of these need the silver dry brush. I mean, I need to sort out something there because there's still some text on it, although the text is very melted because I covered it in polycement several times to obscure it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that or cover it with something, but yeah, that's these pieces. They were probably one of the quickest pieces of scenery I've ever created, but I think the effect is quite nice. And now seeing them painted up and alongside the other stuff, let me grab a barricade. So you can see here, they sit together nicely, and these will sit around the fort quite nicely. I'm probably going to do a video on the fort at some point. I just need to figure out how to get it all on camera because it's quite big, and well, if you look on here, not that one, it's really dark over there. It's probably because I'm here in a white t-shirt and the camera can't possibly figure out how to pick that up, but yeah, I need to sort something out to get that to show up correctly. I mean, you can barely even see that there's a tower there, and of course that tower is where this bad boy sits on top. So this is the top of the fort. Anyway, so that's probably coming up. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying having the airbrush. with the cap falling off. It's really motivated me to get a lot done. I've painted so much stuff that I had lying around for so long. It's revitalized everything. I'm really, really enjoying it. One of my favorite things to do is to build scenery, especially stuff like this. And one of the major problems I had was when I'd built the stuff, it was a pain in the backside to get painted. Speaking of which, I have this buggy now. This will probably be my first vehicle that I'm planning on painting with the airbrush. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. See if I can get it to match up with the other vehicles I've done. Probably not. Although I'm really happy with how closely this matches the rest of the fort that I did with the brush. To be honest, that's come out really, really nicely. Yeah, I've been talking for far too long. But yeah, I'm just really, really happy. Just really chuffed with the way that this stuff looks. And really small effort as well, to be honest. That's another thing that the airbrush allows you to do, is really get some awesome results. And stuff that I would never be able to get done. I wouldn't be able to get it to look like that, with the way that the sand's coming up, the dust has come up the edge of the tank traps. With a brush, I just wouldn't be able. I mean, some people probably could, but not me. So, yeah, happy as a pig in muck with how this is going on. Really, really chuffed. And really, really motoring on through the next New Year painting challenge. I mean, I didn't give myself a small task. I've decided to paint up a vehicle and lots of different pieces of scenery, and I've almost finished off all the scenery bits I wanted to do. So, really, really happy. Right then, I think that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. I've had a little bit of a ramble there at the end, so apologies for that. Yeah, just happy, happy, happy. Right then, have a nice rest of your Friday and enjoy your week. Monday, and enjoy your week as best you can. Right then, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Stay well, guys.